Lori Cooney with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and I am here today with Margie Cioli, owner and founder of TLC While You're Away. Hi, Margie.
Hi.
It's so good to see you today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for doing this. So I read on your website that you have been here since 1995.
Yes. I used to be a newbie, now I'm an old timer, right?
And you're an old timer. What brought you here?
My brother went to ASU. I visited him a couple of times, and I just fell in love. Palm trees and cactuses next to each other, a little bit of an oxymoron, and I fit into that.
Yeah.
And when he decided that he would like to stay here permanently, then I seriously contemplated moving here because I'm brave, but not that brave. It was important to not go someplace and not have any support system. So, and my brother is still here, and we're a good support system for each other.
So you and your brother are here. You still have family in New York?
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful. I'm sure they love to come out here during
Yes,
this time
we
of
do
year.
Thanksgiving every year.
Do you?
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. All right. Well, what about your company? Tell me a little bit about what TLC, what you all do.
The purpose of TLC is to give love to pets. And that's why I got into the business, was that I had 2 potbelly pigs, then it became 3, and I had no options. You can't board them, and what was I going to do? So I was stuck using the neighbors and the kids in the neighborhood, and that made me very uncomfortable. So I knew that there was a need for at least people who have potbelly pigs, but people with dogs and cats, how do they keep their pets at home and have someone reliable, dependable come and take care of them?
Okay, so you saw a need and you went after it.
Yes.
And you've been very successful. So obviously you filled a definite niche there with that need. So how do you manage because I know you're not just pet walking, you have an array of services. You do house sitting, do the owners need to be there, or do you only house sit homes with pets in them, or what's the full array of what you do?
Well, we have 3 types of service.
Okay.
We have pet sitting, which is when people go out of town and the pets are left in the home, and we're taking care of the home and the pet. So we're getting the mail, watering the plants, bringing out the garbage on garbage day, and doing all the routine of what the pet likes in the comforts of their own home. Then we have the dog walking service. The dog walking service is for people who are busy at work and they can't come home, or they have a puppy that needs multiple visits and they're at work, they cannot accommodate.
Right.
And also we have people that get injured and they temporarily can't take care of their pet.
Okay.
And we also, that would also be cats, like people who are pregnant should not scoop litter boxes. So people will hire us to scoop a litter box. So that would fit into our dog walking service. So when people order dog walking, they don't always want a dog walk. They want just the dogs let out in the backyard.
Okay.
But we call it dog walking because it's not pet sitting where nobody's home. So it's taking care of people's pets in homes when they're out of town.
Okay.
It's taking care of pets when they're in town but not at home. And also we do house sitting, which is taking care of homes when people aren't there. So especially in Arizona, where we're snowbirds, that people are gone for 3-6 months out of the year. And to leave your home unsupervised and not monitored is very dangerous.
Yes.
So I always recommend us come at least once a week. Some people have us come twice a week.
Okay.
And we do a walkthrough, we flush toilets, we make sure that there's no leaks, we make sure the landscaper and the gardener and the pool man. Yeah, and if there was a storm, was there any storm damage? So we're the eyes and ears for the client, making sure that everything is okay.
That's so great. What peace of mind.
Yeah, well, also we're preventing a small malfunction from becoming a complete catastrophe.
Yeah.
So it's money well spent, because even if you go through the whole year and it was like nothing happened, it's like, yeah, but we've caught things that would have cost people $10,000,
Wow.
if it was left unchecked.
Oh, that's so true. That little tiny drip that you could catch in a week, if no one was there for months, it would be a complete disaster.
Well, even air conditioners going, termites, anything could build up.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So, how do you manage all these visits?
With a lot of discipline. The best system that I came up with throughout the 20 years of doing this is having a team of 4 people.
Okay.
and then I'm the ringleader. So I try as hard as I can not to be playing an instrument and just being the conductor, that the wand is my instrument. But I love the pet, so I still am very much engaged.
Okay.
But the challenge was, we start at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we end at 8 o'clock at night, and that's 7 days a week. So that's 14-hour days.
Yes.
So it's physically impossible for one person to cover all of this, and to cover it in a way where you're never going to let anybody down.
Right.
How do you make a doctor's appointment? How do you go to dinner?
Right.
How do you finish at 8 and be up at 5? You don't even have a full 8-hour day.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when people when they think about this logically, it's like, oh my goodness, how could I just have one person come to my house? And that doesn't mean that someone can hire the neighbor and it gets done, but they got lucky. But how do I have it on a consistent basis? And reliability. So the 2 people work 6 to 2, and 2 people work noon to 8.
Okay.
And then we rotate weekends.
Okay.
So it's like, how do you do this and have it become like a normal job?
So you have a well-oiled machine, and you are
Yes.
able to 100% take care of people's homes. So whether they're there, and especially they're away, there's peace of mind. And you had mentioned before that you have a trust business, and I love that, because it is. They're putting their biggest possessions with you, be it their animals or their homes, and they're in good hands, and they know that.
Yeah, and that's what I really learned throughout doing this, is that what I'm selling is trust and peace of mind.
Yeah.
So when people have to understand that when they hire TLC, they're hiring me as the conductor that's going to make sure that everything's been tuned up, and that when the show goes on, that it's going to go smoothly, and we're going to get a standing ovation at the end.
Yeah, that's a great visual. I love that. Okay, so how does someone become a client?
Well, first they could find us on Yelp, or they can go on our website by doing a Google search, and they'll call, inquire about a service. I am a methodical person and a planner, so I require that I meet every new client at least a week prior.
Okay.
So a week prior to their service, they can always meet with me even without a trip planned, and be very proactive. This way, if a trip comes up or they have an emergency, that they're a client on file, we could take care of them.
Yeah.
But I schedule to come out to them personally. I meet every client, I assess every pet, and I spend a whole hour. And it's a nice chit chat. I get to know them, I get to know their pets, I get to go over my paperwork, answer any questions, I do a complete walk through the house, and then I get a key, and now they're a client. And then whenever they go away, they get to keep being a repeat customer.
Love it. That's so great. Okay, thank you so much for your time here. And I have one last question. Do you have any pets right now?
I do. I used to have 3 potbelly pigs, and they lived a long life and passed. And then I said, what will I get now? And I decided on 2 cockatoos, which are actually rescues from my clients. So I had a client that passed away, and cockatoos live 100 years.
Huge.
I know, I have to think about what am I going to do when it's my
the
time.
cockatoos are huge.
They're those big white guys, and they can live 100 years. So both of them I got from my clients, because I always wanted pets, so they came into my life. And I don't know if you ever heard the thing of the cobbler and his shoes, that a cobbler makes shoes, and his kids are all barefoot. So I take care of dogs and cats all day. I go home to something exotic. So it was the potbelly pig, and now it's the cockatoo that I don't get to see every day.
That's so great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. I can tell you have such a passion for what you do, and
as well as you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So again, everyone, this is Margie with TLC While You're Away. She handles everything pet related, home related. So if you're planning on taking a trip or just need some help with your pets, please give her a call. Have a great day. Thank you.